if you cannot see that it's true prophetic direction, you will wonder, why is it easy for one, but it's not easy for another? The difference is opened eyes. I'll tell you a story. Late last year, around June, the house where my family were living in, and not just my family, a lot of my people live with me. The landlord told us and said that he wanted to renovate the house. A house that when we moved in, the house was a shadow of itself, and we renovated. It was a duplex. We had renovated it, did everything inside the house. We moved into the house. I'd seen that house about 5 years before, and I believed for the house, and then the house came. But then the landlord said, somewhere in June last year, said he wants to renovate his house. I knew what he wanted to do. He wanted to increase the rent. And I said, upon a house that I labored as actively as I did over, I told him I was not going to pay. And then I began to look for another place. In Ife, the bad part with a house that looks like the one I left is that the owners are living inside. They don't build those kind of houses for people to rent. The owners are actively living inside. Every agent we spoke to kept on saying, there's no house like that. The only house like that is outside Ife. You have to go to Osogbo. And I'm the man in Ife. Why would the man in Ife be living in Osogbo to legislate over Ife? It just did not make sense to me. So they took me to one house one time. I looked at the house. It was 2 flats in the compound. And they told me, man of God, you can get the 2 flats. But I said to myself, I love it that every time I want to pray prophetically, I'm above the city. That's what I said. It's not anything weird. It's just that it's my preference. I said, I don't want to be on the same level with everybody. So I said, these 2 flats is great and I can take it, but I don't want it. And then as I was returning back, I said to God, I said, but it's me, oh, it's your G. You don't used to tell me no. When did this one start between 2 of us? I don't tell you no. You can't tell me no. Both of us don't say no to each other. And I said in 24 hours. In 4 hours, my wife took a walk. She has been going past that place, praying in that place before. And as she looked, she saw a house. She said she saw them removing the banner of vacancy. They were removing it. And she said, wait. So she took a picture. Then she took the picture. And then she called me. She said, MJ, I've seen somewhere. It was exactly 4 hours after I prayed that prayer. And I said to her, I said, if this thing is happening today, then there must be something here. I said, give me a few more minutes. As I looked, without picture of the house, I saw precisely what the house looked like. And there's something about when vision comes. Vision lets you know that it is settled. There's a way you are struggling with your faith. God doesn't like that kind of struggle. Faith is not blind. Faith is not blind. Faith is aware. There's a message I taught on the logic of faith. Faith actually has a logic. There's a way faith thinks. Why would Abraham carry his boy to go and sacrifice? It's because he has permutated it. If this boy is the one that was promised me, that the nations will come from him, and the boy has not yet given somebody Bele, he will follow me home. There's permutation. You think Abraham just carried the boy and went like that? No. Abraham knew. Paul, talking about in the New Testament, said even if it came from flames, Abraham knew that he was going to receive his son, and he did in a figure. God told him this boy, not another one, not Daniel that is coming, not another one. And then what God did is that God had already told him, this is the boy from which the nations will be blessed. He knew it was Isaac, not Ishmael, not another child. He knew it was this one. And if this one has not given anybody belly, nobody's pregnant for him. If you say I should sacrifice him, it means I'm bringing him back home. It's very logical. The way you used to believe God, hey, with your heart up. Abraham was not like that. But once you have prior information, just like how Abraham knew, I believe Abraham must have woken the boy up. I said, wake up. Is anybody pregnant for you? The boy said, nobody. Are you sure? I see you around. That lady said, Papa, nothing. So let's go. Early in the morning, he carried Isaac because he knew. Listen, I remember the first time I sold my first 1 million naira seed. It was looking so difficult in my head. When you say you are giving your Isaac, most people think that giving Isaac is school fees. If what you're giving is making your heart to palpate, it's not Isaac you are giving, it's Ishmael. Because the one who gave Isaac, his heart did not palpate. His heart did not beat. The one who gave Isaac with the awareness, bad as he bad. I don't know as how he won't be. But he says, Isaac, we go out. That's what faith looks like. And so when vision broke out and I saw the place, I told her, I said, this is what God says to do. when you are texting the people, because she had called and the person said they're not giving the house out. I said, when you text the people, put my name, right? I am Usen MJ's PA, and Usen MJ is the one that needs the house. Please, sir, make it available. Turns out that when the message lands in the phone of the person who picked it, the person has been watching Usen MJ for months, and the person has been wanting to meet Usen MJ, but because Usen MJ does not answer anybody but Dr. Val, and the person does not know how to reach Dr. Val to reach me, but here the person is receiving message from Usen MJ's PA, and the person said, will we reach Usen MJ? Is this a real Usen MJ or is it a fake Usen MJ? Say it's the real one. Say, is it the one with locks? He said it's the exact one with locks. And the guy said, I'm coming to Ife. He said, if it is Usen MJ that wants the house and I want to see Usen MJ, then everything has balanced. I will describe something to you. You see the house I'm living in? Before now, when I go to hotels, so that when I'm about to leave a hotel, I'm like, hey, I'm going back home. There's no hotel that's freaking me again. None. There's no angle of my house that is not studio. You can stop in toilets and it looks like, where did you travel to? My former house, I was planting trees inside bucket because I really love trees. This one, there are trees to sit down under. What happened was that vision came. I'm trying to say it to you so that your wisdom will wake up. After we were done getting the place, the way the money came, miraculous in nature. I said I was not going to stress myself to produce the money. Funds just began to come. Then the same year, the same month, God began to speak and say, it's time to get another venue. How God does this thing and why he does it is because he knows our real capacity. When you were staying in one room, that was not your real capacity. It is that's where your brain or your mind carried in that moment. So the Lord blessed it in that moment. And the next time you come and say, it's time for 2 rooms, God says, okay. Because that okay is all right for you. The day you change your mind and say, when you say, nah, I can't come because I don't have money, you say, okay. Then after like 10 minutes, you say again, nah, I'm coming because I will find money. He will respond to you again, okay. And it's you that will now carry the 2 okays. Is this the okay I want or this other okay? You pick one okay and say, this okay means it's okay. Everything I need is okay. All the funds I need is okay, is enough. I will come to the place and I will leave from the place in peace. And then it was time for us to move to a new venue. So we decided that we were going to get a venue. And then when I was hearing the prices of different places, and people were telling me, we don't give it to church. We don't give to church. We don't give to church. I'm like, what does church want to do with people? And then one day, as we were in the meeting, one of my mighty women mentioned and said, Pastor, somebody is inviting me to come and measure their clothes in one place like that. As she mentioned the name of the place, I heard it in my ears, like I heard it when we moved to the place that we left. God said, that is the place. So I waited for her. When she came back from the meeting, I asked her, I said, did you get to the place? She said, no, Pastor, I didn't get there. Because on my way there, the person left the place and met me in the middle of the road. So I said to her, that means that it was not necessary for you to hear the information that this person was at that place. I said, it was not you that God was trying to talk to. It was me God was talking to. A day or 2 after, I called her again. I said, you, come. I just called a few of you. Gathered. I said, oh yeah, let's go. I said, that place that lady told you that she was, I said, let us head down there. She said, Pastor, I've never been there before, but I will follow the direction. So she calls the person again. The person describes where they said they were. As we enter there, we are entering and we are meeting the owner directly. But the owner doesn't give off owner's vibe. But as I see her, God said to me, that's the woman. This is the place. So I walk up to her and we begin our conversation. She starts the price from somewhere and we begin to talk. Everything I say, she says it's fine. I will look again and say, just like how Abraham was conversing with God. Say, my Lord, my God, let it not be that it will vex you. What if we remove another? He said, it's okay. Then I come back again. She says, this is how much I will buy diesel for you people. That means it is from that money she's buying diesel for us. Anybody who uses diesel knows. And our services starts from 11:33 till Mama calls. That was how we got that place. But what changes everything is that by the inspiration of the Almighty is able to say, do this. Don't do this one, do this one. It's opened eyes.